Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Glass door with a Kawneer 1786, which also has a frame strike, the little square frame strike. And of course, it's got that mullion where the door stops it, where it stops on that. And they 1-foot electric strike for card access in. And my research tells me that the RCI 0163 is the guy to go to, but I don't want to give them an estimate with something that I might be wrong. And I'm trying to get your help.
Yeah, I don't know if you can stuff that RCI strike between the 1786 and where it's got to go. Is there enough room there? When you look at the template for that, what's it telling you?
Well, I'll tell you what I had. I had I had another surface-mounted strike. Oh, Lord, I forget which one it was. But it was the thick one. And the thin one worked, the thick one didn't. And they say this is meant to do, the 0163, from what they've said, is meant to do that. What my concern is that little flange that the door hits and stops.
That's the blade stop.
Okay. The blade stop, will that strike butt up against that, or do I have to cut the whole blade strike to make it be even, flush?
Yes, to the latter. The blade stop's got to go in that electric strike area.
Okay, so you're saying I would have to cut the blade strike out at the size of my strike and mount it flush for the head.
Yeah, I don't know if you've got to cut it the entire height of the strike itself, but certainly where the keeper comes into play, you'll have to notch it there for sure.
Rich, does that keeper go, like, just from the pictures, because I've never used one of these before, like the jaws of life flip out, but this one's a single solenoid. Does it just flip down?
I'm not familiar with that strike at all. Okay. I don't know what moves. I mean...
Do you have a recommendation for what I have said to you?
I wouldn't fuss with an electric strike at all. I would add motorized electric latch retraction to it and add a power supply. Let the device do the latch retraction. To the actual exit device. Yeah. Oh. Can that actually be done to the same bar, or it'd be smart just to order the bar? Yes to both. I mean, you can retrofit the existing. If you're not comfortable doing it, then then order an entire exit device with it already installed.
Right. I'm gonna make you laugh. It's Tuesday. I had to replace a bunch of dogs on these Kawneer bars, and I guess it's your boss that makes those videos. That's how I found you guys. And he was great. And so it was, watching his video was no problem. We got and that's a challenge. That was a challenge. So you're telling me that you think what the option, the best thing to do is just go ahead and put the electric 1786 in. And that could work with the alarm companies. The alarm company's going to have a card swipe.
Well, sure, you can integrate it into access control, but I'm not saying it's the best option. It might be the cleanest for you.
Gotcha.
It is absolutely going to be the most expensive option as well, because not only is that motorized electric latch retraction kit extremely expensive, the power supply that is required is exceptionally expensive.
I did read that.
Yeah. So it's absolutely the cleanest way, but you'll probably be, I don't know, $2,500 in material cost.
Jesus, they'll never go for it. This is a little old. They won't go, Lord. Okay. So
when you look at the template for the 0163, you've got to just compare that against the existing installation. And if you've got enough room to stuff that in there, then you're good. I personally would be skeptical as to whether or not you will be able to fit that in.
You're talking about the distance between the exit device and where it mounts.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Because because your strike's not mounted onto a typical soffit like you'd have in a hollow metal door. You got it mounted to what's basically the rabbet of the frame.
Right,
so,
it's surface mounted.
It's surface mounted, yeah, right. If it wasn't for that blade stop, you'd have a cased opening frame.
Right.
So I would be really suspect of that, you being able, that's 10 pounds of potatoes in a 9-pound sack, I'm afraid. I think that it is.
Right.
Even though that thing is really, really thin, that thing's only a ½ inch. Yeah, it might work. It might. You'll have to look at that, but you might be able to stuff it in there.
I like your enthusiasm.
Yeah. The problem is I don't know the backside of the 1786 on your installation. You'd have to see where that is. And looking at the 0163 instructions, I wouldn't buy it until you were at the door to make sure you could fit all that in. But I would think as long as you've got 9/16 there,
9/16.
You should be okay. You should be okay. I don't. I'd be tempted to say that might work, because that Pullman latch on the device goes all the way to the rabbet of the frame, basically. Yeah.
Right. It does. It touches the frame.
Yeah, and that strike is going to be super. It's a good quality strike, and it's super inexpensive. Well, compared to the alternative solution, because then you can just get any old power supply. Not any old power supply, but you can get a power.
It'll go with anything. Right.
Yeah.
Whatever the alarm company wants to run.
Well, not whatever, but whatever.
Yeah,
whatever the strike is what they'll run.
All right. Well, and I guess the only other alternative would be to put a mag lock on it, but you can't do that with an exit device. It's just you have to disable the exit device. So. Well,
you could, in the sense that, you'd have to be able to get in. You'd have to have the device dogged all day long.
Gotcha.
So, that's not real practical. Then you got a problem with emergency measures.
This is actually going on in the police department, so they're not going to do that.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they won't.
Knowing that it's a police department, I would put it to them this way. You can do the electric strike, but all your hardware is exposed. Generally, places like that, they want the hardware concealed, especially the locking hardware. So you could say, I could make the entire apparatus that pulls the latch back completely out of sight. No one can see it. No one can tamper with it. But then you need the power supply for that motor. There's only one power supply that's compatible. So, you leave it up to your client to tell you how to proceed. But I would print out the documentation for the RCI and then go to the door with a tape measure. I believe that you'd be able to make that fit. I didn't realize how thin that one was. Adam's right, has a thin one as well.
Yeah, they really brag on how it fits into these really tight, and after researching it, and I don't actually use the RCI that much, but boy, it looked good. I mean, it just looked like the alternative. Do you guys sell it?
Oh yeah, I mean, didn't Jessica just send you a quote for one? Yeah, she did. You're Joe Ralph, right?
Oh, did she? Yes.
Yeah.
No, I haven't even looked at anything. I'm on my flip phone. So my other phone's sitting over there, so. Okay, cool.
Yeah, she sent you a quote for it, and I'm pretty confident
so
that'll work.
We we got a chance. Okay, I will do that. I'll go over there and make a measure. I wish I could tell you exactly. Hang on just for a minute, and I'll tell you what I did, because when I went down there and looked at it, I just went into the truck and I grabbed and let me tell you which one I grabbed. It wasn't a Hess. Oh, Lord. That fell now. Trying to find, without my glasses, it was the fire rated one.
I'm going to go with no on that.
No on fire rated?
Yeah, because you got an aluminum frame there, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you won't need that because you don't have a fire rated door.
Okay. It was the Trying 4800 fire rated, which is thick. It's not their thin one, and it did rub, but the thin one wouldn't rub.
I do like me Trying. There's some good people over there.
Yeah, I like them too. It has the jaws of life on it. Boy, that makes me wonder too. You know, they have to cut all that out on there. But so that's what I put in there. That was a thick one, and the thin one probably would have fit and not hit anything. So I'm thinking this RCI might work.
I don't disagree. I'm tempted to say that it will, but you'll have to walk to the opening with the paperwork and your tape measure before you call back and adjust a credit card number.
Right. So let's just say 9/16, just a little over half inch.
Yeah, just a little bit of wiggle room.
And that's what the bolt's going to be on that 1786, I would imagine.
I would agree.
Okay. Rich, I got to tell you something, man. This is wonderful. I appreciate this.
I'm glad that you called.
Well, and like I said, it was like the video, I guess your boss made that. He was great, you know, and it just shows people, hey, guess what? We're not familiar with this bar, but guess what? McDonald's is a good account. Let's replace these dogs and make them happy.
Right. You work in the locksmithing industry. There's no such guy who knows it all. I mean, I know some pretty big time people in the locksmith world, and they'll be the first to admit they learn every day. Oh, you do. If you don't, there's something wrong, I would assume. 37 years now, and I think I learn something new almost every day. I know that I do, and locksmithing is great. You know, I'm actually going to ALOA, the locksmith people, the national organization. I'm going out there in November to do 3 days on safe deposit locks. It's a weak area of mine, and then I'm going to take the test. I'll never get to CML, but it will inch me one quiz closer to a CML. Well, that's great because I got my CML. But that was a long time ago, but this is what I do for a living every day. So it's a difference. But it's people, that we rely on like you that know a lot more about technical things than we know about. And if you pick people's brains, you learn something. And in our community, we invite that. We enjoy the conversation. That is wonderful. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate this. You bet so. And definitely, I'll go over there and you know that you're going to get the order. See, that's how simple it is. I look forward to earning it. You helped me. You definitely earned it. I think it was Jessica. She's Jennifer. Jessica. Yeah, she was great. Just great. All right. Well, I appreciate dealing with you, and thank you for your knowledge. Thank you, Joe, for calling. All right. See you later. Have a good one. You too. Bye. Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.